So Penny, one of the key things that we look at is looking at survey work for practices to help them develop their businesses.
Yeah.
And one really important group are the customers, the paying customers
Yes.
of the practice.
Yes.
And looking at particularly Net Promoter Score, how do we help practices do that? And if they want to go ahead with finding out what's going on with a really good, effective, simple link, what can we offer them?
Okay, well, if they want to contact Onswitch, then it could be through a variety of means. It might be that they are doing this as part of a fixer. It might be that they've spoken to one of the trainers, but it's very simple to do and very effective. So all I do is set up a link, which I email to the practice, and they then distribute that to their customers. And again, it's anonymous, so the feedback's brilliant because
it's lovely feedback.
Yeah,
clients like to give feedback,
yes,
don't they?
and it's very informative.
Yeah.
It could be that you're not collecting more customers, you're not gaining more customers because your car park's rutted and awful or difficult, or you're not signposted. And this is the sort of feedback that they can get from that sort of using the NPS.
And the beauty about NPS, Net Promoter Score, is that you might think you're doing okay, and actually, yes, we are. But in this particular survey, we're looking for, at the last question, how likely are you to recommend this practice to your friends and family?
Which is key.
That is a massive question, because that is how likely are you to recommend this practice? And you might say, yeah, well, I'll score them a 7. Well, a 7 isn't good enough because it has to be a 9 or 10 to be a promoter.
Right.
So the Net Promoter Score, for the practice's point of view, is they might get quite a low one. It might be down in the 67, 68, 70s, whereas we would want them to be 85. And that often is quite a shock to practices.
Yes.
They think they're okay, and actually they could be better.
Yes.
So if they want to go ahead and establish where they are, because we want them at 85 would be a good one, we've seen some lower ones than that along the way.
Yeah.
If they want to do this, what do they do?
They literally have to contact either myself, and I would, in my conversation with them, I would want to know where this fitted into their greater scheme of things, and whether they would benefit from talking to one of the trainers in more detail.
So not just to do this in isolation maybe, but to look at it, across a whole range of other things we could do.
Because the more information you can get in, the more improvements you can make, the more training you can put in place, the more of a holistic overview you can take of if you're very close to the coalface, you're not always going to see what necessarily
that's a good
other
way of
people
looking
see.
at it, actually, isn't it? Because it gives you that chance to get some more information.
Absolutely.
A different
the more
perspective.
information you can get, the more informed decision you can take.
And
so
the link that you produce, the practice distribute, so they would email that, put it on Facebook, stick it on the website, whatever.
Yes.
And from them doing that to get the report, again, timescales?
It can be very brief. They can set their own sort of agenda on that, on how long they want it. But obviously the longer you give people, because it's not necessarily going to be that individual's key task or of that importance, but if they're basically making, giving, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, and then, that can close down, we can download the information and we can then forward it on to the practice.
And in that timescale, we usually would expect a good 100 plus.
Oh yes, easily.
Yeah, so that's good. That's a good valid number as well.
Yes. Yeah,
brilliant. So crack on.
Yes, go for it. Why wouldn't you?
Thank you.
Pleasure.